welcome everyone to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man, a twice-a-week sports podcast that takes place every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
For those of you who are new to the show, we cover all things sports on this show. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, hockey, European football. We literally cover anything and everything sports. Today, we're going to be going off the cuff and covering professional fishing. Who would have ever thought? So we cover anything and everything sports on this show. So if you're new to the channel, we invite you to stick around a while. We invite you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and to follow on Twitter. Also, an important reminder. If you enjoy the content, the best way to let us know is by leaving a thumbs up. Apparently, it helps the algorithm or something like that is what we've been told. Grumpy, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
What are you doing over there, Grumpy? You watch another game?
I'm just mimicking. I'm just mimicking you.
You're mimicking me. What do you mean?
I'm just like.
Well, today on the docket, we have quite an odd array of things to talk about. A few lawsuits launched in the sporting world. I don't know if you happen to see, but there was a guy who went running out on the football field on Monday evening's game, I think against of Seattle against the 49ers the 49ers against the Rams, and Bobby Wagner had a police report filed against Bobby Wagner, not a lawsuit, a police report filed against Bobby Wagner. And
these little twinks. I wish Bobby Wagner would have broke his ass in half. Did we have the video on that?
We do, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about there was a sports memorabilia fan who is suing the New England Patriots for the mishandling of his sports memorabilia, which we'll talk about. He's saying he valued his good or his item he had by $1 million. So we'll cover that. Also, in the pro fishing circuit, Grumpy, which I know you're a very big fan of, you follow avidly, you watch every single pro fishing tournament. Sometimes you attend them live. There's a little bit of a controversy and heated arguments back and forth over that. And LeGarrette Blount, the one-time man known for punching a Boise State player in the chin, who came out and spoke on it last year, and as to why he did that, we'll kind of go bit by bit. And he had another incident that popped him up back into a negative light again at a U12 football game. So you can only imagine what occurred there. So Grumpy, a lot to talk about in today's show.
Well, also, one other thing, they had that. Remember you talked about the little chess guy who was cheating by putting something up his ass or something?
Correct.
Because I sent you a little article on that. Then it showed how he was cheating also, they say, over 100 times. I sent that to you. It said, like, the history of cheaters in each sport. He was in there, and it was basically a reference because of what he did. What's his name? I don't even remember his name.
Neiman. I don't remember his first name. Neiman.
That's him. Neiman.
I saw that article. I'm like, why the hell is Grumpy sending me this? I'm like, I didn't have a chance to read Hans Neiman, I think was his name.
Yeah. But, while I'm trying to entertain the people, you can read a little bit of that article and kind of.
Okay, yeah, it said U.S. chess grandmaster likely cheated in more than 100 online games. Yeah, so that's why everybody thinks he had some sort of cheating. The anal beads, Grumpy. So yes, I do know he had admitted to cheating in the past. He was like, "Oh, it's because I was so young." I'm reading this. It says chess.com released a 72-page report Tuesday explaining how that he beat him and how he used unusual tactics, and he built up the case for the cheating they made in the past. A 72-page report. Man, oh man, I tell you, those people do not mess around with their chess, Grumpy.
Chess. I saw the chess thing. I saw the fishing thing. And I'm like,
obscure sports making their way on the Teaching the Grumpy Old Man show.
Who would even think to? I don't know, the Fishers. I mean, look, go ahead.
Well,
Take it.
let's talk about Bobby Wagner, right? The
Yes.
police report that was filed because a fan went out on the field, and I think again, like a lot of these people who run out in the field, they're always trying to make a point. They're always trying to bring something up. I honestly I couldn't even tell you what this guy was running on the field for because it happens all the time. But I will
He was
tell you
running.
this.
He was running on the field to bring to light something about stealing of pigs, and anything that needed to be, expanded on, because he hit. I can tell you exactly what it was. But yeah, just run the run
Okay,
the.
okay, okay. Well, you don't worry about that, Grumpy. You don't do a good job multitasking. I'll take care of bringing that up, Grumpy. You take care of watching the film and talking about it. But this, it seems like always, Grumpy. I want your attention here, Grump, because
I'm
it
listening.
always seems Grumpy. It always seems like anytime this happens during a sporting event, they never want to show the actual person who's on the field. And I know it's
Yes,
like, oh, if they give light to it and they let somebody else do it, then oh no, it's going to encourage more people to do so.
yes, that's correct. That's what they say.
Grumpy, hey buddy, I will take care of that. You take care of paying attention.
I ain't
Okay?
paying. Run it. It's all I see is a nothing moving on that.
You're an old man. Anytime you try to do two things at once, you can't do the. You know what I feel like? You ever seen the movie Finding Nemo?
You think you could do these things, Nemo, but you can't.
I feel like Marlin, the dad, when you're like, oh no, TJ, I can go ahead and multitask. I can speak and pay attention to what I'm trying to do at the phone at the same time. Grumpy, I hope you don't do anything like veer your eyes off the road when you're driving because I worry your multitasking skills are very, very questionable at best, Grumpy.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you what Queef did, what he was trying to raise awareness for a trial involving the alleged theft of pigs from a factory farm. I mean, first of all, why aren't they giving this freaking miscreant's name? This little bitch. Roll a film. I want to see. I hope this. I wish he would have been killed out there.
It wasn't even that hard of a hit, to be quite frank with you. I saw it and people were like, oh man, Bobby Wagner laid him out. I'm like, not really. I'll let you guys watch it. You be the judge. It's just laying the guy out. I'll let you be the judge.
Look at this freaking zero. Hi. Oh, he barely got tapped.
That's what I was about to say. He
First of all,
barely
you know
got
what?
tapped.
That's trespassing. I hope they burn this motherfucker at the stake. I really do.
Wow, Grumpy, not holding anything back.
Look at me. I got a little thing over. I got little flowers. Woo.
Look at that. A form fundamental. Okay, it's not flowers, Grumpy. It's a flare. But hey, a form fundamental tackle there. There's a little bit of a block tackle, but looks like he made some helmet to helmet contact. I would have
loved to see that guy get dragged off of the tent. I would have loved to see him get dragged. Oh, concussion. The twink will not be coming back on the field today.
Okay,
I got no problem with that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know why you give a shit about it. Who cares? It was one
he's a
thing.
Bitch. First of all, why even on the field? Why?
I've never understood why people streak. Okay, like I get a few streakers, like the funny ones that go on, and they are like, "Hey, we do X, Y, Z. We're it's like who's that fat UK guy who goes out there is like the professional Mark Roberts is a guy that's funny when he does it because it's like, okay, haha, he goes out there, he's kind of accepted. He's like, oh yeah, that's Mark Roberts. It's like it's part of the game. It's like part of the theatrics of it, Grumpy.
It's not part of the game. It's not part of the theatrics. It has nothing to do at all with the game.
When he does it in the UK, absolutely it does.
I told the story a couple of weeks ago when I went to see the Patriots and the Panthers play at halftime. This guy came out just before half, and he was wearing a referee's uniform, and he stripped it off, and he had a Gold Mountain casino thing, goldmountain.com, whatever it was, that used to be popular back in the day. And he got absolutely flambéed by one of the players. They did not show that on television.
They never do.
Well, they should have showed that because he got absolutely whacked. I got no problem. Mike Curtis years ago for the Baltimore Colts, when they were the Baltimore Colts, just absolutely destroyed somebody who came out on the field. You don't do that. If you do that, you're just asking for trouble.
Well, it puts, here's the thing. The way I always look at this is it puts the players at risk because it's like, who the hell is this person who's on the field? Does he have malintentions when he's out there? Does he have, intentions, nefarious intentions? I don't know who the hell this is. He's going out there for
I got a flare. Look at me. These pigs are getting stolen from a factory. Oh no, I got to raise awareness for
Grumpy,
that.
no. You're dumb, Grumpy. He was doing that because he works for a company that tries to rescue the pigs from being
I don't
slaughtered.
give a shit. I hope they kill all the pigs right in front of them, slit their throats, serve them up as bacon. This is what you're going to eat from now on, buddy. You're going to eat bacon. The pigs that you want to detect, slit them up.
Yeah. Again,
you
bring it up. You just
a loser.
You don't even know what you're talking about, which is the sad part, Grumpy.
He's a loser. I just read exactly what he said. To raise awareness of a trial of the alleged theft of pigs from a
So they're being sued because they go out there and they try to free the pigs and free different animals and pigs specifically, and they are being sued because go figure, if you steal property and you steal animals off of a pig farm, well, the farmer is not going to be too thrilled about you stealing their animals and stealing their livestock. And what a shock, they sued them. So he's trying to bring awareness. And I guess, he did technically bring awareness because he's got people like you talking about this, Grumpy. So he, I guess, served his purpose. And
here's the thing. You know what's going to happen to this guy, to Twinkie? Because his name is Twinkie.
Okay. It's not politically correct to say you can't say that shit, Grumpy.
Why not? It's a something that you eat. They sell it in the store, Twinkies. You know what they are? They're like the little
Grumpy,
golden things with the
some other connotation. You've said it 5 or 6 times, Grump. Remember where you fucking are, okay? Please do that. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Please remember where you are.
So here's the thing.
Please remember where you are. Act like
I know exactly where I am. So here's the thing. He wants to raise awareness. Here's what I would do. You want to report Bobby Wagner? Well, here's the thing. You're trespassing, illegal. They could throw the book at him. So like I said, a brain dead clown like this gets whatever he deserves. Everything. I wish he would have been killed out there on the field. That's what I wish.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Grumpy. I don't know why they don't ever show it on TV. I'll tell you that much. Because again,
they don't want copycats.
How do you think that would encourage copycats if somebody gets laid out and gets injured doing
look
it?
How cool it is to run on the field.
When you see somebody like get absolutely laid out or get tased and stuff like that happens, that doesn't make you go like, oh, maybe I don't want to do that.
Them.
They used to tase. They used to tase
them on the field. They never tase them on the field ever.
They used to.
They catch them. They drag them off. They never tase them. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, they used to tase people on the field.
No. Never tased a guy on the field. Never tased anyone in front of 50,000 people. They've never done that. They grab the guy. They wrestle him down. First of all, it's your little pals in the
Phillies
yellow jacket.
Fan, this happened to 12 years ago. I definitely remember this one, Grumpy. The Phillies fan 12 years ago definitely got tased. It was all over the news. He got tased and it just fell straight to the ground. I'll pull a little video up for you. It definitely happened. I remember it like it was yesterday. And this is the one that always became very popular. It was like, you can't tase people when you do this. So hold on. I'll get it pulled up for you. But yes, they definitely have tased people in the past. He's the one that's notorious for known. Let's get this here. Oh, we're just about done there. This was the Phillies fan who got tased, Grumpy. You don't remember this? It was all over the news.
I don't remember.
This is back when the Phillies used to be legit.
You know what? He deserved it. He deserved it. Absolutely. There you go. Good job, Chief.
I'm just saying they used to tase people, but my God. So I think that one got the poor rep where everybody's like, yeah, we can't tase.
Not
don't
common
use
practice.
Tase.
That is not common practice.
I'm just saying it's happened before in the past. That's
accurate. He deserved it. Mm-hmm. You run on the field. You're not supposed to be there. You kind of get what you get. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So that's what happened. He filed a police report.
Do they have a little entrance? Do they have a little entrance at every stadium down by the railing that says moron entrance onto the field? Proceed at your own risk. No, you're not supposed to go on the field. Period. You get what you get. Usually it's the little yellow coats running after them, and they're able to evade them till they send the cops out there, or a well-meaning football player.
Drew L says, I'm sorry, TJ. I had to get Kenny Pickett off of waivers. He has upside that I liked. I'm telling you, he looked good out there on the field.
He
Kenny Pickett
sucks.
does.
He sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not thrown an incomplete pass. Every single one of his passes have been either caught by a Pittsburgh Steeler or by a New York Jet. Stephen S. says, Broncos country. Let's ride. There it is, Stephen S. I like it.
That's not what he said. If you actually would have read it, there were a whole bunch of other words in there. You just ignored them.
Wait for it. Almost there. Almost. Did you not get it? I did a lot of the pause that he had going because I actually read it ahead of time. So yeah, it did. He said, Broncos country. Let's ride. Drew L said, also sent you a meme. I'll have to look at that in a second. Gungun says, my thoughts about Coach Salah are still up in the air. He certainly looks the part, but boneheaded penalties are a direct reflection of the coach. Each week, you have no clue which Jets team will show up.
Okay, so they've beaten Pittsburgh, and did they beat? Did they? No, they lost. They beat Cincinnati, didn't they? Or did they lose Cincinnati?
They wound up. I think they. What are they? They're 2-2, aren't they? I can't remember who they beat.
I thought they beat Pittsburgh. I know they beat Pittsburgh. Maybe they lost to Cincinnati.
Yeah, they beat the Browns and they beat the Steelers.
Browns. Okay. And they have Miami this week, which is honestly, that's a winnable game.
With no Tua? Well, I don't know. No Tua around. Maybe. I don't know.
And Teddy Bridgewater, he's iffy as well, from what I understand. Questionable. He'll probably play, but still. Tua is out. You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Look at how many people went into concussion protocol after last Thursday night.
It's like all these teams are being really careful now about their concussion protocol.
It's so ridiculous.
They should have been already, but now, they're launching an investigation of Dolphins. Oh shit, we don't want an investigation launched on us, so we're actually going to do it by the rule book now. It only takes one trailblazer to change what occurred. And
trailblazer,
correct.
Trailblazer.
Maybe not the right choice of word.
But
it only takes one example. It only takes one example in order to go ahead and change the perception of it, because it was quite obvious he was concussed that Sunday, put back out there, got concussed again on Thursday. Now, again, I'll be interested to see if they do find them guilty of knowing or what's going to happen. I assume that the franchise, right, the organization is going to be held accountable in some capacity. And when that does happen, what is the penalty going to be?
They're not going to. Nothing's going to happen to the Dolphins.
I'm telling
you,
it's
going to be that rogue doctor, that evil doctor. He put him on the field.
They're going to pin that. They're going to pin that on the Dolphins too, and they should. They should. The organization should definitely take some sort of retribution for that.
You know what you're going to have? You're going to run out of players. You're going to run out of players.
How so?
They had like, I think 12 or 13 guys go into concussion protocol after Thursday, where now everyone's got a concussion now.
What do you mean?
I just said it. They had an inordinate amount of guys being held out for concussions.
Can you be a little specific? Like what players, who they were they some practice?
I don't have their names.
Okay, so you're bringing stuff out with any
Brian Hoyer was one.
Okay, so the third string quarterback for the Patriots, or
he was their starting quarterback last week. So
he entered concussion protocol on Sunday when he left the game with a concussion.
Right, but he's like, no, I'm okay. And he's like, oh, actually, he was hurt, and he says, no, I'm okay. And they're like, nope, off the field. And that was it. All I'm saying is you're going to run out of players. Football's a contact sport. It's a contact sport.
What do you mean you're going to run out of players?
Hold on. Get him off. He could have a concussion. We don't want to take a chance. You're going to run out of players.
Oh, my God. So what do we – hey, send Tua back out there this Sunday, buddy.
Tonight's game already, guy out with concussion.
Naheem Hines. He was concussed, buddy. Whoa, what a shock.
Send him back out there. That's why he's making all that money.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, that's why you're getting paid that money.
Okay, if you have an injury, they're not going to put you out there injured. A brain injury is just the same as any other injury. It's an injury, Grumpy.
He's a football player. You said a brain injury. I don't even see how those things work together.
Man, we actually have shit to talk about today, and you're doing this fucking song and routine, dude. I don't get it. Grump. I really don't. I don't know why. It's I got to flow with the punches sometimes with you, man. But it is what it is, dude. We actually had stuff to talk about, other items we could be funny on, and you're taking these points to say, let's go ahead and make this a 20-minute bit when we actually have shit to talk about.
All I said was,
You're killing me, dude.
if they're going to overreact to the concussion thing because of Tua, you're going to run out of players. That's all I said.
13 guys in 1 week. There's 32 teams in the league, and there's a 53-man active roster. So not even a half a player, not even, we're looking at, right, we could break it down, a third of a player on each fucking team missed it somehow with concussion protocol. Oh, they're going to run out of players. Each team lost on average about a third of a player. Get the hell out of here.
The NFL overreacts to everything. They overreact to everything. They always do.
Yeah.
How does it look?
How does it look?
Player. All they care about is optics.
Player on a 53-man active roster. Holy shit.
All they care about is optics. All they care about is optics. That's all they care about. They could care less about the players. They don't care about the players. They care about optics.
A third of the player, they're going to run out of players is what you're espousing. I don't know.
If they're going to be ridiculous, and anytime a guy looks, he blinked his eye 3 times. Well, that doesn't look right. Send him out for concussion protocol. They're trying to. They heard the furor over Tua, and now it's like, okay, we're not taking any chances now.
Each situation is different. Each situation is a situation by situation basis. I don't get it, Grump. I don't get the
what I'm saying is they probably wouldn't even test these guys previously, and now everyone is like, okay, we're not taking any chances. It's just the way the league is. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just the way the league is. They overreact to everything.
So overreaction, player safety is an overreaction.
I think the league is overreacting because of what happened to Tua. Ramsey came out and said they don't care about us. They only care about, our socks, how high our socks are, which is also ridiculous. But that's what they care about. They want everybody uniform. So now they're going overboard to try to make sure that anyone who could even potentially maybe have a concussion, sit them out. They overreact to everything. That's what they do. It's an optics thing. It's always an optics thing with the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe you'd have a case if it was like 70 players went out with concussion protocol this last week. Maybe you'd have a case. But 13 players on a 32-team league with 53 players on the active roster. I don't know, Grumpy. A very, very small percentage.
That's like, I think they said it was like 4 times more than usual. It's what they do. They overreact.
Would you not agree that in the past we probably have not taken concussions as seriously as it should be? How many times did we see in the past where a guy like Julian Edelman would stand up and got knocked out, and they put up Wes Welker would get knocked out unless you were unable to stand up? They said, "Hey, go back out there. You're good to go." Don't worry.
It was up to the player.
Okay,
it was up to the player.
That's my point, though. Right? In the past, we just said, hey, it's up to the player. We're not going to have a medical professional involved. The player is always going to want to go back out there on the field with a concussion. It's just as simple as that. And when you're saying, hey, now we're going to actually have a medical professional determine whether you can or cannot play based off of, do we think you're concussed off of the hit you've had? Well, now you're trying to say they're reaching too far to have the medical professional do their job. I'm confused.
If a player says he wants to go on the field, he should be allowed to go on the field. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I don't want. Okay, well, let's see. Whoever, name Saquon Barkley. He's having a great, hold on. I didn't like the way that hit looked. Take him out. Do concussion protocol. No. Here's the thing. Last thing I want to see is 3rd and 4th string wide receivers out there. Like you said, Edelman. In the Super Bowl against Seattle, he was absolutely lit up. Helmet to helmet. No call on that from Cam Chancellor. He was absolutely concussed. You know what? He just said, I'm fine. Let's keep going.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. If he were to take another hit that same drive, and the reason why they worry about these things is if you have another brain trauma as you are concussed, it further magnifies the damage. Man, you got that blue fluorescent light popping off your skin from the TV, Grump. But it gives you further damage on the concussion.
All I'm saying is the NFL could care less about the players. They don't care about the players. They don't care about them.
They care about the players to
the
extent. Hold on. Why don't you let me finish, please? They care about the players because of the optics it creates. That is the only reason they care. And now, right, it has bad optics if you throw players out there, and it's knowing, right, that what we now know about concussions after that study from, I don't know how many years ago it was, what we now know, it creates bad optics for them if they're not doing what they should do. So they do care to the extent of the fact that it causes bad publicity if we show that we don't or we're lax on this item.
I'm saying they could give two hoots about the players. All they care about is the optics. And here's the thing: when you're putting your eggs because of what happened to Tua, he's a walking injury. He's always hurt. I mean, he barely even hit the ground and he comes up with a concussion the second week. I mean, that's just the way he is. Maybe he shouldn't play anymore. But you can't judge all players based on Tua. He's always hurt. He's always hurt.
They're not
Always has a
judging based off
concussion.
of Tua. They should anytime they feel like, hey, he took a really hard hit or the guy doesn't seem like he's in it. Maybe he is concussed, right? You say 13 players. The league with the active rosters, 32 team league, 53-man active roster, 1,696 players, 1,696 players playing full contact sport for how many plays every single down. All these players who participate, 13 players had a concussion,
There's
or
only
13 players
14.
went under concussion protocol.
There's only 48 guys on the active roster game day. How many of them are special teamers or backups or whatever? All I'm saying is that watch out, because they tend to overreact to things, and it's just totally for optics. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they care about the players at all. At all.
I think you're right. They do care about the optics, and that's why they pretend to care about the players. That's why they're doing this, right? Whether it's good optics, whether it's, it has, I would say, not necessarily the best intention, right? I don't think if you look at it from a plain view, they care about the players. I think they care about the optics, and the optics are in the best interest of the players. So by proxy, they care about the players, but only because of the optics, if that makes sense.
If Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, if they get their bell rung and they're just saying, absolutely not, go away, you think the league's going to have them come out like in the Super Bowl? You think they're going to do that? You watch the Super Bowl. They won't do that for anybody in the Super Bowl. It's just they're doing it now because of Tua. It's because it's an overreaction. That's all.
Well, I'm glad we've spent 27 minutes on a topic that wasn't intended today, but hey, that's where the show takes you sometimes. D-Cut says pickleball too. Yeah, why not talking about pickleball? Want to show you this, Grumpy, which is, the actual topics that I wanted to get to. Now, did you happen to see about the scandal that occurred in the professional fishing tournament?
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know how much money the guy could win for that, but how do they know they put weights into the fish?
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, you're asking me about it.
I'm about to show the video. I just said,
Okay.
I didn't want you to tell. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. They're
Then just
putting
show the video.
weights in the fish. Okay.
Show the video.
Well, we're going to have to be quiet because there's a few points I want to bring up with this. Is kind of like the environment around there. Obviously, as Grumpy alluded to, these guys who have won many fishing tournaments in the past and are guys who are well recognized as some of the best on the circuit have been caught and were caught putting metal balls inside the fish to increase their weight in order to win those tournaments. So I'll let you watch what ensued. This was, I don't know how they must have looked at the walleye and said, hold on a second, there's no way this can weigh what it's claiming to be, when we look at the size and the weight there on this fish. And it's like, we're going to go ahead and take a check. And I don't know what caused him to cut in at first. Maybe he felt like the stomach, and you could feel one of the, because a walleye is not a big fish, but he could feel like maybe the lumps of the metal ball in there. And I'll let you watch it, Grumpy, but this is what ensues about him cutting open the fish and testing to see if there's an issue. Do you really quickly, do you not get vibes of like this is what it was like during like the colonial days where it was like the British and the Americans like, you're gonna take, and then like there's a mob of people just start flipping out, because that's what this becomes, is like a mob of angry people.
All I know is I think Mr. Gray Jacket with the little red thing on the back, he was the guy who was stuffing the weights in there, because the other guy was animated. And now it's like, I mean, I don't know how much money you win for one of these tournaments, but I just, I don't know.
So for Bass Pro Shops, like winning the U.S. Open of the Bass Pro Shop, first place gets $1 million to each angler, and they win a Toyota Tundra. So yeah, the prizes on these are pretty large, $1 million per person.
Okay.
For
That's
winning.
pretty good.
Second place, 200,000 per individual. Third place, 50,000. Fourth place, 45,000. So if you're talking about this guy's coming home with a lot of first place winners, and again, like not everyone's like the U.S. Open of Bass Pro, the Bass Pro U.S. Open or anything like that. So maybe they're a little less, but the first place prize winner is bringing home, I would assume, 6 digits depending on the tournament. So they're bringing home a lot. They're bringing home, I'd say, $1 million, maybe 7 digits a year, because they're winning a lot of these events. And they find out that maybe if you finish second, and there's a big drop off, right? 1 million per angler, then to 200,000. That's a big drop off there from first to second. And even third, 50,000 to 50,000 compared to the 200 or the 1 million for first. A big drop off, Grumpy.
Was this like the big tournament, or is it just
no? This is not. No, they're not. No, this is walleye. So this is no. Absolutely
okay.
not. Like,
well, see, that's
let me see the exact price. But I'm saying, when you see that this person who wins a lot of these events is cheating in a small rinky-dink one, or let me pull up these. I can't tell you exactly how large this is on the scale, but when you see that they're cheating here, you think to yourself, where else have they cheated before as well?
Well, maybe first of all, you have to prove. It's not like they have drones up there circling around looking at these guys catching fish. I mean, they just send them out in their boats. Maybe half of them are frozen. I don't know what they do. And then they come in at the end of the day and they weigh their fish, whatever it is they do. Like I said, as somebody who couldn't catch a cold out there, I have no idea what they do. I'm just saying, can you prove that this guy stuffed it full of these things, or did the fish maybe eat something on the bottom? I don't know.
Hold
maybe
on.
It's tough
Okay. Wait till you see the video. My God. So the payout for this was first place they got $15,000 plus a Ranger boat package. So I think it's like a whole bunch of items that you can utilize there for your items there. And again,
so
like
not a whole lot of money in the grand scheme of things. Not a whole lot of money.
I'm not sure what the Ranger boat package is.
Okay.
I can't tell you. It's like, I think it's like, okay, it's a fishing boat. So a fishing boat and $15,000.
Okay.
So again, like it's second place got 20,000. So if you're saying, hey, maybe I got paid a little less, but I got a free boat, a brand new boat. Who knows? Is my boat on its last legs? But this is the video that ensues.
Where's the other one?
Oh, by the way, if you're listening to this at work, not safe for work, so take this off a speakerphone. Make sure you put your earbuds in, guys. There may be some potty mouth words thrown around.
Maybe.
Right now, Jake, I want you to leave. I don't want anybody to touch these guys.
Just be in jail.
Dude, it is theft. Okay.
Did he steal the other guy's fish?
Look at the fish as they're cutting them open.
Ooh, you know who I feel bad for?
Who?
The fish. I feel bad for the fish. Look at this guy, man. He's just being just gutted right here on national TV.
The fish are dead. But here it is. Watch what he pulls out. They're not eating these metal stones, by the way.
The rocks.
They're not rocks. Every fish they have them in as they start taking them out.
There's your crown now. Oh, man, he's cutting all these fish open. Oh, boy.
A filleted fish. Look at this is a fillet, yeah.
This fish just happened to go to the supermarket and pick up a fillet of fish, Grumpy, and determined, I'm a little hungry. I'm going to go ahead and eat this fillet.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
This one was hungry. He went, he got the fillet right there.
It's a walleye fillet.
This is a guilty party right here.
This is a guilty.
He's guilty. He's not saying anything.
Oh, I was about to say, like, he's worried about being killed at this event. Here's the thing. It's not like these people here, because I assume there's like, right, you have to buy in to go to these places. You have to go ahead and pay to get in. I assume these places, there's hundreds of competitors across. It's not like, hey, we only have 30 competitors at the National Walleye Tournament, the Cabela's National Walleye Tournament, or anything like that. I assume there are hundreds of people who are competing, hundreds of anglers, Grumpy, who are competing for some sort of prize money.
They're on like the same lake, right?
It's huge. It's huge. It's not like it's like, don't imagine a pond. It's huge, Grumpy.
All right. Like I said, I don't know. I've never been to a fishing. Now, here's the thing. I could not imagine anything being more boring than a fishing tournament, because you just sit on the dock and wait for the guy to come back in with his lead-laden fish.
As you can imagine, it's not like a lot of people where they got a huge fan section. So a lot of the people that you're seeing here in the video are competitors, anglers. So for the Anglers Advantage program allows each angler for a pro, it's $250, an additional $100 for an even higher payout bracket. So like, there's a lot of people who compete in these events. And when you see consistently, go ahead.
I have a question for you. With the two latest cheating scandals, Fish Boy here and the chess guy who wears,
Hans
something up his butt.
Hans Niemann anal plugs.
Who do you think is worse? Which do you think is worse? Do you think it's the chess guy or the fish guy? I have my opinion, but I want to hear what you say.
Jesus. That's a tough one.
For me,
I don't know. Like, here's the thing: you're knowingly. I think they're pretty much the same. And like the worst on, I guess the worst is this guy, the Fisher. Here's the reason why. Here's my rationale. Hans Niemann was willing to shove a butt plug up his ass, allegedly a butt plug up his ass, in order to win a chess tournament. This guy, we talk about the skin in the game for this guy. All he did was go ahead and go to the supermarket and slam some metal balls into a fish's stomach and put a fillet of fish. That's all this guy did. The other guy was at least willing to sacrifice for hours during that chess tournament and sit like this and up his tailbone, and this guy just shoves some metal balls in a fish. Okay, I give it to Hans Niemann. You know what, Hans Niemann? I can't even fault you when I see something like this. At least you went ahead and put your comfortability on the line. This guy just shoves some freaking metal balls into a fish's stomach.
What if Hans Niemann enjoys having the plug up there and getting a little buzz? Do you think it makes a difference? Because then he's kind of mixing business with pleasure.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's worse than Fisher Boy. Fisher Boy here caught red-handed. I think it's
look at the face.
Yeah, he's like, now you asked him, I said his name is Jake. They said, "Do you have anything to say, Jake?" I haven't heard him say anything yet.
Jake, I mean, like, dude, this is one where you just shut up. You don't say a word. They could call you like, "I hate you. I want you to catch AIDS tomorrow." You just have to sit here like this. Like,
they're not saying that.
I'm saying I hope you catch AIDS is something very hyperbolic and very rude. I'm just saying you can't say anything. You can't be like, "Hey, dude, calm down." You just have to sit there like this. They could say, "I hope we kill your kids." You just got to be like this. You can't say a word when you're Jake like this, dude. And you're caught red-handed. You just got to shut up. They could be like, "I'm gonna follow you home and burn your house down." Something they could say something unreasonable and crazy, and you just got to be like this.
I liked how they said, "How's that crown looking now, Jake?"
Dude, yes.
That must be real. That's like cutting for fishermen. I think that's really a cutting blow. If we just let it roll and
What's the guy's last name?
Let's just see what they say. I'm interested here.
Okay, hold on.
Let's see what Jake says.
Yes, Jake looks a little nervous right now. He's very quiet.
Very quiet.
You got anything to say? You guys refund all that fucking money.
Oh my God, dude! The people who I'm like, because it's like when you're telling about fish stories. I mean, they get bigger and bigger as you catch them, and like I'm sure he's shit talking other people, and he's loading his fish up with metal balls.
Well, we don't know because we have not tracked his career as a fisher. I mean, and maybe he could just say it's the first time I've ever done it. No one will believe him, but they have no proof. So I'll say, yeah, I tried it once. I just think these fish were messed. They were in the wrong side of the river.
They got. I was about to say, I put them down there, some metal balls down in the bottom of the.
Now,
don't even
when
know.
when he pulled out the little fillet,
That's pretty bad.
That's well, hey, maybe this fish hopped out of the water, went to the supermarket, and he's like a cannibal. Maybe he's like a barracuda piranha or something. I don't
Jesus.
know.
The lead weights. Oh my God.
How many weights are in there? They
Oh,
were
dude.
pretty big too.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this image, right? When we talk about how much money, like the monetary difference this guy's making compared to others, Grumpy, I'm going to show you just this quick picture because I'm going to see if you notice. I'm going to pick it away from this for a second. I want to pop it up. I'm going to ask you if you notice the same thing I notice on this. When I just type in fishing scandal, we see all of these other guys who are all of the other anglers. I want you to look at Jake's uniform. Jake has quite a few sponsors on his uniform, and everybody else is just like in a gray sweatshirt. They're in like, hey, this is my beige sweatshirt. Maybe if I'm really good, I get one on my arm, and that's really great because they're going to help me. This mother effer he is sponsored from head to the tippity toe. He's got one on his pouch. He's got one on his chest. He's got one on his right upper shoulder, his left shoulder, on his arms, on his back, everywhere and anywhere. Everybody else is like, yeah, they've got nothing. I'm just wearing a ball cap. I'm over here just wearing my flannel T-shirt, coming out here and going to the event. This son of a gun is sponsored from head to tippy toe, Grumpy.
Yeah, I'm just going to bet they don't make that much money off of that.
I'm going to say Jake probably makes decent money off of this.
Okay. How do you go home and explain that to your wife? She's wearing, just looking at Jake,
look at him. Look at this one. Look at all the sponsors. I'm telling you, he's making good money on this, Grumpy. He's doing this where he does this professional. He does nothing but fish for a living. Can we agree on that one?
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Unless he goes incognito, maybe grows a beard and a mustache and long hair or something, and changes his accent or changes his name from Jake to, I don't know, something else.
Oh man. Oh wow. Alleged cheaters get the some people are hoping the alleged cheaters get the maximum penalty. It was in Ohio. Oh man, it was in Ohio fishing.
Cleveland. I mean, a fisher in Cleveland. It's like, come on, Cleveland. I mean,
buddy. Okay, so the would-be winners would nearly have won $29,000 with like the boat. So the boat was like $15,000 in cash. The boat was estimated maybe about $14,000. So, I assume they give you, hey, you take the boat or the cash value, whatever you want. So
Jake probably wishes he would have just skipped that tournament.
Okay, I've got the guys. Chase Kaminsky. Hold on a second. His name is Jason Fisher. No, Jason Fisher is the tournament director. Who the hell is this guy, Jake?
His name is Jake.
Jake, what the hell? Okay, I'm sorry. Get back to the video because I don't want to prolong this too much.
Fucking wait for him. You fucking scum.
Way to go, Steve. He's got quite a bit of sponsorship in his thing too.
Got video. Yeah. I videoed it right off the rip. Hold on, let me take pictures.
You fucked over a lot of people, man.
They've been doing this shit for years. Cheating motherfuckers, man.
How do you know that?
Okay, I'm going to tell you one thing.
But his thing,
I would assume now automatically I'm like, they have been cheating for years.
Okay, you can't prove it. You cannot prove it. You can say whatever you want, but you cannot prove it. You can't. You cannot prove it.
They should never be allowed to fish competitively again.
Oh.
They should get the
death penalty for fishing. You're never allowed to put a rod and reel near the water again.
Okay, so the walleye in the bucket, they looked at, they each weighed about 4 pounds, but with the weights put in them, they weighed 7 pounds. So hold on. He caught 4-pound walleye and stuffed them with 3 pounds of lead balls. So if that doesn't, Jesus, I mean, like my God, and like the fishermen probably know, they're like, there's no freaking way that's 7 pounds.
I thought they said it weighed at 33, but in actuality, without the weights, it was like 19. So
no, it says here the walleye in the bucket looked like they should each weigh around about 4 pounds, but the total weight indicated that would have been at least 7 pounds each.
See, but he just should have put little weights in there, just a little bit. You can't put a guppy out there and jam a bowling ball down its throat and say, "Here you go." You can't do that. You got to be smarter.
I was about to
be a
say.
little smarter.
Oh man!
Know the size of your fish. He should know exactly how much they weigh. You can't.
Jesus.
A fish that's supposed to be 5 pounds. Wow, that,
He shoved
you know what it
4
looks
different
like to me?
fillets.
It
Jesus
looks
Christ.
like this is what it looks like. That fish hopped out of the water. He got some Easter eggs, and he just
Some
swallowed
lead
them up.
Easter eggs. Some
That's
lead
it,
Easter
man.
eggs. And he went to the grocery store and picked up some walleye that he wanted to swallow
And
too.
maybe like how you can get gallstones or something like that, or kidney stones. That's what it seems like these fish had. Jake was saving them from a miserable life by plucking them out of the water. Poor Jake.
An eye opener, he said. He's speculation the future tournaments might have to use X-rays or cut open the fish of the top 5 boats to ensure fair play. Look at this now, Jake. Now you've ruined the good name of fishing, Jake. Oh my goodness, no. I'm trying to find out. I cannot find Jake's last name in this article. All I can find is his partner in crime's name, Jason. I'm sorry, his partner in crime name's Chase, who wasn't here. Chase didn't take any of this. Oh no, hold on. Maybe it's Jake Runyon.
And his teammate Chase Comiskey. They were set to earn. I mean, what is Chase? Does he fish also, or does he just ride the boat?
Both good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, buddy, I'll tell you, the fishing community, I'm sure, is not too thrilled with these guys. I like. Here's the thing: the community of fishermen, I assume they're not going to take too kindly, even if, let's say, they allow them in tournaments in the future. I assume it's like persona non grata. Like, hey, how you ready to go out there and fish? I assume he just gets middle fingers all the way around. Death stares by all. These people are not like Grumpy. These blue collar people who are like, dude, you've been cheating us out of money. Because I promise you, every single person believes that they have cheated at prior tournaments. And I would think so too. They're so fantastic. Look at all the sponsorships Jake's got. All these nobody else can do it because they're always winning these tournaments. I wonder why. Maybe they're shoving lead balls in the bottom of all their fish's stomachs.
I don't know. You can't prove it though. You might think it, but you can't prove it.
Think about how little monetary gain was on the line for this one.
That was my point. It's not that much
such
money.
A small event, and he's cheating at such a small event. What is he doing at the big events?
But maybe at the big event, you don't want to do it at the big event.
I stay clean. Oh, okay, God. I was only cheating when I was trying to qualify for nationals. I didn't cheat in the national event. I didn't cheat in the Olympics. I just cheated in the qualification, and then that gave me the confidence to catch the big fish. So I didn't have to cheat in the nationals or the Olympics. That's all.
Maybe
I won the gold medal. I didn't have to cheat. I only just cheated in the preliminaries. Come on.
Okay, but maybe, just maybe, Jake has been a fisher for a long time, right? And he's been great at fishing. But now, he doesn't get as deep a throw on his hook anymore because he's getting older. It's a young man sport. For competitive, it's a young man sport. He can't get it out there. It's like, oh, man, I got to do something. It's like taking steroids, right? Same thing. I don't care that Jake got caught. I love his ingenuity. What's his motto? Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat, right? That was a Jesse the Body Ventura used to say that. So maybe that's what happened. He had to kind of keep up with the competition. So it's why he threw it out there. Maybe that's what happened. You never know. Poor Jake.
Man, oh man. Oh, poor Jake is right. He's just a misunderstood. He's a martyr. He's just misunderstood is all.
He's a misunderstood angler.
Dude, I'm looking at like the schedule. Oh man, they go on tour. They've gotten the next one is in Springville. Yeah, dude, they go on tour and they do this. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh,
I bet you there's no millionaire.
Okay, listen to how far these people travel. Illinois, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Michigan, North Dakota. They're all kind of the same, but people travel long distances, I'm sure, in order to compete in these events.
Yeah.
And when you're traveling, it's like, okay, this event starts on Wednesday. That's when the registration starts, and I'll have to fish on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And, they're taking time off of work. They've got to travel, gas, hotel, etc. You've got these guys who are just cleaning up because they're stuffing down just empty pounds, empty calories. These fish had a whole bunch of empty calories in their stomach. That's why they weighed so much, Grumpy.
I mean, that's what happened. I mean, I think maybe it was just something in that river. Maybe it's some type of.
That's a lake, Grumpy. But yeah, maybe there's something in that lake.
Problem. You never know. You don't know what people throw in there. People throw stuff in there. Fish will eat anything off the bottom.
Yeah, they just happen to find every single one of those.
Ooh, sucked it right up.
Purely coincidental, Grumpy.
Yeah, maybe that fish was on a diet. So I figured if I could fill up my stomach with a lead ball, I won't eat as much.
I won't be as hungry. I'll have that full satisfaction feeling.
That's right.
And regarding the fillet, he just wanted to go to the store and get a little bit of nutrients in his body.
It's a cannibal or whatever it is in fish world.
Oh man. They picked up fish that could have weighed about 4 pounds, and they set it on a scale and it said 8. And they put the rest of the 5, and it came to 35 pounds. Yeah.
There
I was
you
about
go.
to say, oof.
See what he should have done. Okay.
One per fish, dude, not 3. Come on. If you're going to cheat, do it smart, dude.
Yes, you got to be smarter.
He has probably been cheating for so long and getting away with it just little. Maybe he started off a little, and he kind of, as you cheat, you kind of okay, gotcha. I've been putting 1 pound balls in all these fish for years. Okay, I'll put 2 in. Oh, man, they don't even know I'm putting 2 pounds in this fish. Okay, I can go up to 3 pounds. Okay, some of them, it just keeps on getting worse and worse. I could win every single time. Oh, buddy.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
wonder what his record looked like.
In the rough and tumble world of professional fishing, do you think he's the only guy who's ever cheated? I'm going to say probably not.
Probably not, but he's the guy who's definitely been caught.
Yeah. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's not even like, you get caught in other sports. Okay. Fishing. You were caught cheating in fishing. Okay. Like I say, he could beat me. Just pull out one fish, he beat me.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Look at this. It is pro fishing
but
world.
They don't make a whole lot of money. I don't think they make a whole lot of money.
I'm telling you, they make good money. Anyway, let's get back to some comments here before we move on. But I figured that was a fun little segment. Yeah, we didn't need to spend time on that other garbage we talked about earlier. But Drew L said, I was going to talk so much garbage about the Islanders, but the young guys played extraordinarily well tonight. Also, did you see Phil's tweet about Ross Johnston? He tweeted he sucks, and then he scored a goal. Phil does that. He talks about how somebody sucks, and they immediately score. So he needs to start. Oh, a weird breath. But he needs to start talking shit about all the Islander players, and we're going to have a great season.
Phil hates Ross Johnston. He's like TJ. Young guys, when they hate a certain player, they just can't see the forest for the trees.
That's what it is. I'll tell you this much. So did you see that Matt Barzal had the A on his jersey tonight?
I did not see that. I DVR'd it. I did not watch it. I figured I'd like to watch the whole game at one time. So he's an assistant captain now.
I believe.
Somebody had to get stripped of it.
Can't wait to wear the new alternate. No, I think somebody tagged me in something where he was wearing the A. I'm not sure if it was just an edit or if he was actually the assistant captain. I'll have to look that up. Somebody saw that, let me know, but I did get tagged in it. Stephen S. said, sad that Tua is out. Maybe for life. I don't think he's out for life. He's starting to progress, but he's definitely a guy to where hits in the future that may not look so violent could definitely concuss him solely because he's had the issues in the past, and this one definitely magnifies it. It's like goes under magnifying glass. Had to replace him in fantasy with a new backup quarterback, Geno Smith, since Allen is on a bye soon. Had to be done. I don't think he's done for his life, so you should get him back. Maybe not this week, maybe next week. It might be a 2 week. Yeah, I was about to say. Drill said, apparently, I saw Saquon Barkley is having 80 or 86 total fantasy points, is the lowest total fantasy points through 4 weeks since 1997.
The offenses have been bad. Brady came out and said all he's seen this year is bad football.
That's right. He's not wrong. There's been a lot of sloppy football across the board.
And I think it's because that teams are not playing anyone during the preseason anymore. So like the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks are like preseason for them. I expect it to pick up.
Stephen S. said, I also couldn't acquire Devontae Adams in fantasy, sadly. Somebody offered $600 to get him compared to our $200. They still have $950 left to spend. Hopefully, we can get Cooper Kupp. He's on the list. Okay, so he plays one where you gotta buy and choose players and stuff like that. Fair enough. Mario says, what is the opinion on the reports going around that Fredo will indeed take over as general manager? I didn't get that feeling from Stefan, but I don't think he's.
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare scenario.
That would be awful. That would be absolutely awful if that were to happen.
What's he done to prove that he's a general manager?
Nothing. I'm the son of Lou Lamoriello. That's it. Drew L said, TJ, I don't know if you heard this, but Draymond Green wound up punching his own teammate during practice, Jordan Poole. Although this time I thought more of Poole than Draymond. Did you happen to hear about that, Grumpy?
I did not hear about it, but unless Poole threw the first punch, then Draymond is wrong. Draymond Green is wrong. I mean, I don't even.
They're talking about trading him today. I was at the gym and they're like, "Oh, they might trade Draymond Green, or where's Draymond Green's likely landing spot?" I'm like, "What?
You cannot be hitting. You can't be punching out your teammates in practice. Can't do it."
Oh, Steve Smith did it, and that was no problem at all.
Yeah, that I had a problem with that as well, if you remember.
The report is Draymond Green got mad at Jordan Poole at practice because Poole called him a triple single after scoring on him.
So that's enough to get a punch in the face. Okay.
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't even
challenged
understand
Draymond Green to hit 3 straight jumpers off a dribble. I don't get it.
I mean,
they released. Hold on. Did they release? No, they couldn't have released him. Oh my God. Well, we did happen to see video of. We do have video of Draymond Green, grumpy old man. Hold on a second.
Let's see. I'm just baffled. So someone talks smack to him. This guy's a big smack talker, right? Loves to run his mouth. So someone runs his mouth to you. Oh, wait, this is not.
We do have a video of Draymond Green, grumpy. Here he is.
Oh, he hit him with the chop. Look at this. Oh man, he just.
Holy shit!
You see what he did? He licked his hand.
So and added a little bit. He's hitting him with punt. And Draymond Green said, "What do you say about me, Jordan Poole?" He's like, "What did you say?" This guy's bam. This guy's shirt is always just obliterated.
This guy, Mr. Chop was he was hitting the big bald guy, Steve Wilkos. Looks like he was fighting him initially. Then Wilkos started going off with 3.
No, he wasn't hitting Wilkos. He was hitting the other guy in the gray shirt that he couldn't see much of. Gray shirt got out of there as soon as he could. This guy just should have laid down dead.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Oh man.
Oh, that's a backbreaker right there. Look at this. He's got 3/4 shirt, boy.
Damn, man. Right on the lower part of the chin.
I'll tell you what. Ric Flair couldn't, or Ronnie Garvin couldn't have done a slap that good.
I think he's entering concussion protocol.
Yeah, probably be out. Yeah, who cares, right? They should roll that guy out for another fight right away. I don't care if he's concussed. Send him out. He's entertaining.
Oh. I love this. I just got a tweet from Greg Prado. I'm sorry, I always mispronounce the name. But look at this that he sent me. Oh, buddy. Look at that, Grumpy. Do you see who that is?
Let's see. It's a little small. Lastings Millage. Wow, this is when Lastings Millage used a full, not just the L and the M. You're going to have to show your Lastings Millage card.
I'm going to try to get it up. He didn't sign too many because he's such a short time period
because he's
in the league. But I'll see if
Didn't
I
he
can
have problems too. Wasn't he charged with doing something with a minor or something?
Was he? I honestly
think he was.
Remember.
And sorry, Lastings, if that's not the case, I apologize up front. But I thought he had some type of women troubles. Lastings Millage.
It's so tough to remember all the shit that happens with these players because it's like the never-ending story and the never-ending cycle.
But I'll tell you what,
like a white refractor card, man. Oh, you're gonna get me.
The card looked cool. It's just the players sucked, and it's like, okay, whatever. The warden got mad at me for letting you spend your money on that. I'm like, he's got to learn.
How much did they spend on that card again?
$60.
Dude, $60 back then is like $100 today. Holy shit.
It was a while ago.
When did I buy that card?
I don't remember.
What, like oh man.
I want to say maybe 15, 17, 18 years ago. 15, 7. I mean, I don't remember exactly how old you were. He was still a player in the Mets organization.
He had played a few games like his rookie season, and that was about it. So maybe you said about 15 years ago. So let's just assume, right? What, like 2007, maybe?
What are you going to do? Break out currency now and then? What's it today? In today's dollars, $60 in 2007?
Yeah. So just to let you know what that would be. The value is about $85 today for Lastings Millage card. Okay. Oof, that hurts.
Yeah, I just remember you bought that card. I mean, and this thing, the card looked nice.
It was
did,
a really nice card, man.
but it was a crappy player.
Is it weird now that I'm looking all online on eBay for Lasting's Millage cards, and I just kind of want to buy one for old times? I'm looking at the card value, Grumpy.
Maybe Greg will send you that card because it ain't worth anything.
No, Greg, keep that. Get that professionally graded, my friend.
It is not worth anything.
No, it was very valuable. A very valuable card, Grumpy. It's oh, good gracious. Oh man, I see one that's similar. I'm not sure if it's the exact one. I think this is it, Grumpy. Honestly, dude, Grump, I don't even remember what it looks like.
Well,
but
let's see. If I look at it and I can see it, I can let you know if that's it or not.
Hold on a second. So you remember what the card looks
like?
I
vaguely remember what it looks like. Yes.
I remember it was white. That's all I remember.
It's not like he's had a whole bunch of cards put out.
No, he did. Shockingly enough, remember he played with the Nationals for a bit too.
Well, okay,
it wasn't. What it looked like? No, I don't think that was it.
No,
exactly.
That was not it.
This is a cooler card. Look at that grade. 10.
No.
Look, Grumpy, $27. Buy. Okay, Grumpy, I've got to go ahead and get this immediately. I mean, these Lasting Millage cards don't last forever, Grumpy.
No, they all last forever. They're all on eBay forever. That's why it's a buy it now. No one bids on them.
Oh, no.
Just offer him $1 and maybe he'll take it.
Maybe this is it. Maybe. No, that's not it. I remember it was like a white looking dude. That was the coolest looking damn card when I was a kid too.
I'll find it for the next podcast. I'll find it and we'll put it up.
I was about to say, and we'll get oh, I found it. Holy shit, here it is, guys. Oh my God. Here it is. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps looking back at this card. This right here is, like when people talk about cards like, oh, Babe Ruth signed this one, and this was signed by
Babe Ruth.
This was signed by Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. All of them signed on one. This Lasting's Millage card, I think, is more valuable than all of those cards put together. This card right here. Just look at this, guys. Look at how freaking sleek this card looks. The white chrome with the orange, like the lights in the background, and the Lasting, the LM, the Lasting's Millage. Look at it. $25. Grumpy, it's still somewhat valuable. $25. Buy it now. 2004. So this is even longer ago. This is a 2004 card, Grumpy. I maybe bought this in 2005 then.
So you took like a massive loss on that card. I hope you learned something. Now, here's the thing. Again, if you looked at the card that Greg had, the signature on that card was way better than this. That's a horrible signature.
It's a really cool card.
And I don't think he forgot how to spell his name. He's just lazy.
So to give you the update, 2005, probably when I purchased this card, it's now worth $90 today. $60, $90 today. Look at that card, though, dude. When I saw that, now I want to show you this, Grumpy. So I showed you that one. Now this one right here, low key, if it was cheaper, I would just buy it just to have it. Just to have this one, Grumpy. Like, like when a card gets rated, you're like, oh man, I love that the card's rated. This is rated by the freaking king of kings, the Beckett Sports Rating, a 9 on the autograph, and a 9.5 on the card, Grumpy. Just, oh my God, now, look at that.
Your autograph looked more like that than the other one.
Oh, buddy, look at that. Look how sexy. Centering, a 10. The corners, 9. Edges, 9.5. Surface, 9.5. Beckett signature, a 9. Look at that. Oh, look at how beautiful this card is. Tell me.
Lasting's Millage. Let's ride.
Lasting's Millage, New York Mets. Let's ride. Yeah, so that's the story of the Lasting's Millage, Greg. Thanks for letting me walk down memory. Thanks for letting me walk down
buy it now. $18.
And that's graded. And maybe if I can get mine graded at 10 and 10, I can maybe recoup some of those losses. But I love that. Oh man, that's a good one. Greg, that I love that, Greg. That's all I gotta say. That's a great one. Oh gosh. So we happened to show the video. I'm sorry, we showed the video, Draymond Green getting that fight.
Well, that was
Joseph C said, I got tickets to the Mets game tomorrow. Confident with Scherzer on the mound, but still nervous as shit. I hope the offense and the bullpen go well enough for a deep postseason run.
The Padres are a tough team to play because their pitching is pretty good too. Their offense is not that great. Juan Soto's probably going to turn it up in the playoffs. He's a proven playoff performer.
Ratu with a beauty tonight, says Andrew L.
Yeah. I know they must have beat the Devils, but like all the guys that I like scored today. The Devils had their B squad in today. I don't think they had any starters. Maybe Miles Wood played, but they were all backups.
And yeah, that was about it. I think Blackwood played in that. Joseph C said, I like the Jets' chances this weekend too. They're getting Dwayne Brown back, and I expect Wilson to play well. I know the Dolphins have a lot of weapons, but Teddy Bridgewater sucks.
The Dolphins' defense is pretty good too. They are.
Got another comment here from Stephen S. saying here, seeing him run on the field and getting blown up on the field by Wagner almost reminds me of KC Wolf. Dog.
Wolf, not woof.
Wolf.
Woof is what dogs do. They go woof, woof, woof.
Wolf. A fan after getting tackled by security. Makes me laugh every time I think about it. And also, he says, those gender reveal parties are getting crazy with every passing week. Could you imagine somebody goes out there, we're having a boy? Maybe that's what he was doing, Grumpy. He was saying, we're having a girl. That's what he was excited about.
We're having a pig.
There it is. We're having a pig. I wonder when we're going to see, we're going to get a boy, seeing as to how it's been a girl, the past 2 times now. Oh, goodness. Yeah, there it is. We get a boy next time. Joseph, she said, reminds me of when fans used to jump in the WCW and WWE wrestling rinks, and the guys like Triple H, Ric Flair, etc., beat the shit out of them. All shot punches.
All shoot punches.
No, not worked ones.
No works. Yep. Hey, do not do it.
You don't know what that person's going to do. It's like, this person's not supposed to be here. They very easily could have a pocket knife. They could have something that's going to hurt me. This person needs to get the hell out of this spot.
Back in the day, in like the territory times, like people believed, like in the territories like Tennessee and North Carolina and Minnesota, they believed that, this was real and the bad guys were really evil bad guys. Jim Cornette, who was a legendary manager back in WCW and a little bit in WWF, he'd come out and his tires would be slashed all the time. That place, people said they take shots at him. I mean, that means you're doing your job, but people didn't realize it was a work back then.
Yeah, Gungun says, what if that person ran on a field and pulled out a knife or a gun or hurt somebody? What would he be able to sue? Yeah,
he won't be able to sue for anything. He was trespassing.
Think about like even when they scan you, you could go ahead and people if they really wanted to sneak a weapon in the game, somebody could find a way to do that. It's just like you have to always be careful. Good, Grumpy. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Like I said, I have no sympathy. You get what you get. You get what you get. Yeah,
don't go on the field. Simple.
Don't do it.
On that field.
Anything that happens, I mean, you are trespassing. You're not allowed to do it. It says that you're going to get ejected, whatever. You get what you get. I mean, I can't even believe he has the balls to try to do something like that. You know what the cops did? Oh yeah, we'll take it. Throw it up, put it in the trash.
Oh man. I tell you, you'll be, I want to give you an update, Grumpy, on the game. Matt Ryan, I think he's thrown 2 picks today.
Ooh, impressive. They're bad. I didn't think they were going to be this bad. And it kills me because in my money league, Jonathan Taylor, first pick in the draft, is like, that's been a bust. Him being hurt doesn't even bother me.
Matt Ryan has been finished for years. After that Super Bowl, after they failed on that Super Bowl, he has been finished. He's been finished for years, Grump.
Okay. You don't know what they just did? They did their obligatory the first week of October, right? Is this the first weekend in October? Yeah, there we go. Right. So what do?
We care so much about cancer, but in reality,
they put the people on the field before the game. Look at us. They don't care about anyone.
I agree with you on that one. They spent more money on the actual advertising that they care about helping solve cancer and helping find cures, but they spend less money on the actual donation. Isn't that something? Maybe all they should do is say, hey, during the game, because what does it do? If you just talk about it during the game, there's nothing, you don't pay anything, right? You're just using some of your airtime. When you're throwing commercials on TV about how you care about that and advertising online every which way, I mean, all you're doing is eating into budget that you could be sending to that actual cancer foundations and the actual cures for cancer.
when are the Colts, not to minimize that, but
Yeah.
when are the Colts? I don't care if you want to pick up your veteran of the year. When are they going to start drafting quarterbacks?
Rick has to be gone, right? Reich has to be gone, right?
I think so.
This is year 3 and it's rolling the dice on a new quarterback, and this has been horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Horribly wrong. Rivers was good. I thought he had a resurgence, and Carson Wentz, he got the best out of him. Matt Ryan, you thought like
Carson Wentz sucked. Carson Wentz sucked too.
Carson Wentz's numbers were good, and he played
But
well.
he sucked because they managed him. It was
How
a
are they
running
not
game.
able to manage Matt Ryan then?
It was the Jonathan Taylor show last year.
Jonathan Taylor can't get anything started because Matt Ryan is so unbelievably finished.
It's because
that
their line isn't as
they
good.
don't respect the pass.
Their line isn't as good this year. It's just not. They're saying we're going to stop the run. That's what they did. Last year, Jonathan, the only reason Carson Wentz was terrible last year. But here's the thing. He had Jonathan Taylor running for what, 2,000 plus yards and how many yards receiving? Taylor was incredible last year. Blows this year.
Carson Wentz's stats last year, 3,500 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks.
He was terrible. He's got,
7 picks. Okay.
He was terrible. They roll in big moments. He's terrible. He's like Kenny Pickett, just terrible.
Okay. Stephen S. says, by the way, I'd recommend you two gents look up the 2005 matchup between the Packers and Bengals, where that fan ran onto the field and got railed during live television. His soul got sent to the shadow realm on that hit. Oh, man.
I have no problem with that. You get what you get. You want to do something stupid? There's repercussions to your actions. I mean, don't do it. I have no sympathy for you. Most of these guys are drunk. You ever see the drunk guys run? And they get trucked and they hop right up. Of course, the next day they're like, yeah, he's got a bruised sternum and punctured lung, broken ribs, severed spinal column. You're drunk, you don't feel that. But the next day you do. That's for certain. Torn hamstring.
You'll be feeling that for many days after that. That's for certain. So here's what it is, Grumpy. I'll go big. Uh-oh. Damn it.
Yeah, you got to go big.
Hold on. I screwed up. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to this.
Ball sack. Take the comment down.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me remove that. I'm gonna put that on mute because it is unbelievably tough. The audio is bad on that.
Oh my God.
The fan stole the football.
Oh, look at this damn idiot.
Boom! Holy shit! Buddy, the Mike linebacker. That safety came
Look at this guy
down.
Yeah.
He looks like a Bengal fan. They haven't had a lot to cheer about for a long time, Grumpy.
Oh, no. Look, he's
holding
the ball like a life loaf. He puts it. He does not fumble, though. Let's give him credit. He steals it right from Favre's hand.
I was going to say.
He just stripped it from him.
I wish they'd show more of these.
How close is he going to get? He's to the
so
20.
I like how the two yellow.
Oh, they took each other out,
dude. You could have this guy was not expecting his teammate to come and just blindside the hell out of him. But this one right here, boom! He knocks the hat off of Mr. Bengal fan.
But he
comes in with the hat. He breaks 2 would-be tacklers. He gets a little bit high. He's off balance. Boom! His hat stands still, but his body goes flying back.
Look at this guy.
Boom! Oh, that's great.
That's why if you put a sniper up in the stands, look at this guy.
I like they took him out in handcuffs.
Oh, here's another one.
Hold on a second. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but
yes, this is going to be good. Look at this guy. Look at me. I'm in the middle of the field. No shoes.
I love you guys.
He doesn't even have shoes on.
Where's everybody?
I don't know what to do. What am I going to do?
I was about to say, he's upset that nobody's chasing him. He's like, what's going on?
Oh, Sammy security guard.
Oh man, Sammy security guard seen better days.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
come on.
He said, "Get your ass off the field." Oh man, see, that's why I told you, Grumpy. We don't know. Oh, damn it, that was a letdown.
It was a letdown.
It was. You know what that was? They showed the image of the guy running him down like this. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's gonna get hammered. Clickbait.
What about Mike Curtis and a fan? Mike Curtis, Baltimore Colts hits fan. That was a great one back in the day. He really destroyed him.
You want to watch that one next time?
Yes, Mike Curtis. I remember that one. They show that on NFL films all the time. Not now. Too afraid. Not back then. That was a regular occurrence. You do something like that, Number 32, Mike Curtis, middle linebacker, Baltimore Colts. Took things into his own hands.
Oh man, I'll tell you, the video is not great on this.
Oh, it's from like the 1970s, okay?
Yeah, they need. Where's the HD TV? Where's the fantastic video
They
quality?
didn't have that in the 1970s.
Oh no, Grumpy. Okay,
Uh-oh.
let's take
This
a
guy's
look.
asking for trouble. Oh, yeah, this guy. Boom!
Didn't even hit him that hard.
He got,
Oh man.
and this guy, you look at him, he hops up. Who's this guy? Oh, probably somebody making a comment on it. Oh, yeah, he was talking about, boom, he got trucked.
He did get trucked. Yeah.
He deserved it. Look at him, he's laughing.
Oh, I thought he was injured. He was
Mike
writhing in
Curtis.
pain.
Mike Curtis was a hard-hitting linebacker. Not real big. I think he was like 232 pounds.
Andrew L says, they don't show on live TV, so they don't give them the publicity. And let them know that they aren't going to be on TV.
Yeah. They don't want copycats, everyone running out there on the field.
I'm mainly the rushing upside down Grumpy, LOL, not the passing upside. And maybe it's the rushing upside for Kenny Pickett. That's what I'm talking about with Kenny Pickett. And D-Cut says, how about some baseball wild card round prediction, guys, Grumpy? I'll let you go first, Grumpy. I'll pull up.
Gosh, I don't even know who's. Why don't you put up who's playing who on there instead of me just trying to guess, because I don't know who's playing. I think Toronto is playing Seattle.
The Mets play the
San
Padres.
Diego. Right.
Yep.
Who are the other two?
The Seattle. I've got an image for us. I like to have an image. I was hoping you could at least talk about the Mets first because you knew they were playing.
Okay, I'm going to say
here it is. Use the image you need.
Okay. I'm going to say, gosh, I want to say Cleveland over Tampa Bay. They're hotter down the stretch. I'm going to say the Blue Jays.
Right over the Mariners. That's what
over the Mariners, and they'll be sacrificed to Houston. And then I'm going to say St. Louis over Philadelphia, and I'm going to say the Mets over San Diego.
Mets over San Diego. Yeah. I go with. I pretty much agree with you across the board, Grumpy.
Okay,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's see how wrong we are.
Andrew L said, "What's your pick for the Dolphins Jets game?" Jets, right?
I'm going to pick the Jets. I'm going to pick the Jets.
Jets.
Maybe just because I want to pick the Jets.
Joseph C said, I won't lie. A big reason I came here tonight was for Grumpy's Giselle impression. Is fantastic. Grumpy, you heard, right? And we talked a little bit about this. We didn't talk about it on our show last time, but Giselle and Tom Brady look like they may be getting a divorce. They're both hiring divorce lawyers. I wonder why, Grumpy. What do you think's happening?
I think because Giselle is a freaking harpy. You know how she is. Tommy, you promised me you're not going to play the football anymore. And here it is. You retire for 42 days. You want to spend time with the children is what you said. And, now you're going back to play the football game. And, hey, look at my hands. They are huge. They are man hands. I was on an episode of Seinfeld once with the man hands. It's Giselle, and I'm going to be a fashion model again, even at my age. And you know what Tommy's saying? He's like, ugh, man, I hate her accent. I hate she's got a deeper voice than I do. I hate that she's got a little willy between her legs. I hate the fact that
she's got a willy between her legs, huh, Grumpy?
She's borderline, man. And, he's like, yeah, that's right. I did retire 42 days with those kids, and that heartbeat was way too much. I mean, am I surprised? No, because relationships like that don't last. And it's been said for years that she's pissed that he's still playing football. I don't understand that. I mean, they have so much money. Don't tell me that he's away from home that much that you can't have family and you want to be a runway model again. Whatever. What's stopping you? I mean, I don't understand. How much time does he realistically have left to be a quarterback? Realistically. I mean, he still looks good, but
maybe a year, 2 years tops.
A couple of years. That's it. And then he's done. Never have a shot again. She's younger than he is. She can still be walking the aisle, riding the pole, whatever the hell it is she does. She can still do that stuff, even at advanced age. She's in good shape. She looks like a freaking man. I don't think she's pretty at all. I never have. She looks like a freaking man. She's a man, baby.
Drew L. sent this to me. Now, do you know who this is? Drew, I wish you could have made
That's not the Giselle.
Do you know who this is? This guy right here on screen.
I have no idea. How coaches be when they hype up conditioning day.
So this guy, his name is Speed. He's an online streamer, and he became famous because he plays a character. He plays a character when he streams, and he loves Cristiano Ronaldo, and he plays off like he's unbelievably dumb and stupid, but unbelievably confident in everything he says. He loves Cristiano Ronaldo, hates Lionel Messi from this character, and it's absolutely hilarious. I love him. He's gold. I know my brother, your other son, has showed you clips of him, and you've not been impressed with this guy before, this young man, but he is gold, Grumpy, regarding streaming. But let's listen to what Drew has to say. I'm going to lower this because knowing Drew, a lot of the videos he sends us get very loud very quickly.
You're gonna die! You're about to die! You're gonna die!
Oh, the little Speed.
I'm not getting that
Speed.
I'm not getting that 15 seconds back.
Oh, I'm sorry. You only had to waste 13 seconds on it. That's fine.
No, all the preamble too.
Oh,
Which I started doing something else because I had no interest in that guy.
Kungun says, TJ, which position did you play in football? Why did you stop playing? Did your team ever successfully pull off a flea flicker? Yeah, the flea flicker. Oh, yeah. That would be like, that was always the dumbest freaking play call, too, because it takes so long to develop. I played tackle. I stopped playing because, hey, it ends on everybody's day. You're done.
They didn't want him anymore.
Yeah, that's it. You're just done. That's it. Shay says, did you see the video? What Stafford's wife said. He did anything close to what Tua did. I don't know what that is. What did Matthew Stafford's wife do? Now I'm curious.
I don't know. Matt Stafford's been terrible this year, though.
He sucks.
Just absolutely terrible.
Last year he caught lightning in a bottle, and he had fantastic weapons around him, and they helped. He was not. I know his passing stats are great. It was all Cooper Kupp and the weapons around him that made Matthew Stafford good.
It's still Cooper Kupp.
Well, they're trying to cover him like a blanket, other teams, and they don't have secondary weapons because Allen Robinson destroyed his knee, or whoever it is that they're secondary.
Allen Robinson blows. Odell Beckham Jr., they're saying that the Bucs might be looking at Odell Beckham Jr. because Cole Beasley, who they just signed a couple weeks ago, retired. Everyone's banged up. Brady's like, man.
Cole Beasley retired again?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Brady was like, this is what he's like. What a miserable year. I'm stuck with these jabronis here as coaches, Bowles, Leftwich, whoever the D coordinator is, whoever the special teams coach is. They all suck. I got everybody hurt. I got that harpy is on me. She's got the one good thing. Good for Tom Brady. I hope he takes her to the cleaners and gets half of her wealth. She's worth more than he is.
Stephen S. said, we're very close to seeing the second wave of reverse retros for the NHL. Very excited to see what teams have in store for us. Also, hearing the Coyotes' new alternate jerseys will be orange is exciting.
I think so, too.
That
Mix up the colors a little bit. I would like, if the Islanders, I like the orange jersey. I just like something about the orange jersey, not Philadelphia orange. That's like a dirty orange, like a filthy animal orange. But
that's all I can imagine.
No, it's like that burnt orange. I mean, orange is pretty cool.
Hold on a second here. D-Cut sent me something. You wanted me to show. Oh, it's Johnny Gaudreau and his kid. I didn't get this. It's a kid. He had a girl. Johnny Gaudreau had a girl.
What does that have to do with Stafford's wife?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is there. D-Cut. I was looking up. Driel said, did you take your meds today? You seem extra perked up. I don't take meds. Drew L. Gungun says, Grumpy, Jets beat the Browns and the Steelers. Looked like a hefty pile of feces in the losses against the Ravens and the Bengals, though.
Okay.
And D-Cut says it's all about the Benjamins, boys. League doesn't want to pay out more money to players who get CT. Aha! Now that's.
But the whole thing is you don't know they have CT until they're dead.
Well, here's the
their
thing.
Brains open.
With the way medical advances come, would you be shocked at all if they could start? They'll find a way to be able to test that early on.
You know what? Then don't play. If you're concerned about that, don't play. It's just
Steve,
part of the risk. It's part of okay. Most football players got an IQ of about 15. The vast majority of them. They're just not the brightest people. You know, you're gifted as being a physical specimen, not too bright upstairs. You're getting paid millions of dollars. It's a run. It's a contact sport. What do you expect? It just is what it is.
Alrighty, Grumpy. We got a lot of Grumpy. We got a lot of comments, and we got 2 more items I want to talk about today. I don't want to be on here, right? We don't want to cut it short without talking about the items I want to talk about. I want to try to get some comments. Steven, I said, hear me out. A space-themed Dallas Stars jersey in front of the jersey where we see small stars in the night sky to create like a star of monstrous logo. A star, or star, what is that? Muterus?
I don't know what that is.
And the numbers of the moon texture created. Dude, that would be cool. Like a dark, like a black type of it, like in like stars in the sky. I would get a jersey like that. That is a cool idea, Steven. I like it. Drew L said, forgot to mention the Lions and the Seahawks last week was actually a scorigami.
A scorigami.
What the hell is that?
A lot of points.
Oh,
Boatload of points.
Yep. Gungun says, yeah. Or to have divorce lawyers. If Tommy needs a place to crash, can he sleep on your couch, Grumpy?
Yeah, I mean, I'll show him some sympathy. It's okay.
Okay, you're gonna let him know. When are you gonna reach out to him? When are you gonna text Tommy Boy and say, hey, if you need a spot, man, you got it. Have you already texted him already? Have you texted him already, Grumpy?
Yeah, he knows. I totally supporting. About time you're getting rid of that harpy.
Okay,
she was not good for you, man.
Joseph C.
Let me
said,
tell you,
all the reason.
I can't wait till we find out the next girl that he dates. She's going to be like, jackpot. That's what she's thinking.
Joseph C. said, all the more reason why players should look out for themselves because the league doesn't care about them.
League doesn't care about them.
Also, I wanted to mention Naheem Hines just went out with a back injury. It's according to the Dolphins medical the Dolphins medical staff. Yes, Naheem Hines did go out with a back injury, aka head injury. Joseph C. said, "LOL, this is something I've seen people do on charter boards. Charter boats, I'm sorry. They put 16-ounce sinkers in the fish's body to win a couple $100 pool boats or boat pools."
Okay. I guess it's more common than we think.
And Jewel was saying the vibes of the colonial American times. This is when people would fight over who served better tea in the Boston Tea Party. D-Cut says, that's an old trick, TJ. When I used to fish off a boat or party boats on the Sheepshead Bay, guys would stuff metal weights in the fishes to win prize money.
You know what? It's more prevalent than we think. So maybe it's not that big a deal what Jake did.
I don't know. Like the people, here's the thing. The people who are going over there like flipping a shit, I assume those have to be like the Kurt Schillings who flipped out over people using steroids. But, you know, you can't be that vehemently against it if you're doing it. You know what I mean? It'd be really tough to like stir up that much hatred if I was doing it. Maybe they're only putting one weighted ball in there and he's putting 3. So maybe that's why they're upset. Jarrell said, just saying, he said, it is the ultimate Southern way of flexing to just say you live in a small town, you have a bigger buck or a bass on your wall. I'd bet you get the reference. It's a country song. Oh, goodness. Gungun says, I can't help but think of a quote from George Carlin when seeing the fish cheater video and the fan fights videos. People are wonderful. I love individuals. I hate groups of people.
Very good. George Carlin was great.
Drell said, seems that Phil is on the Lou train. In Lou we trust as his.
Phil.
Oh, God.
Phil's gone off the rails.
We'll have to bring it back to reality sometime soon. Shay says, what's up, guys? Wasn't able to watch a podcast last night, but I watched it and I loved all of the Sallow love. Absolutely.
I watched the intro today. Brendan said that it was between Sallow and Ledoux for that number 6 spot. So we're going to figure whoever, and it's going to be Sallow. Ledoux will be number 7.
Absolutely. Drew L said, also Grumpy. You love it. Phil just tweeted that Simon Holmstrom will be a fine bottom 6 player.
Yeah, that's what I like to use a first-round draft pick on as the bottom 6 guy. When you have guys who are wildly more offensively talented, top 6 players, first-line players, go right after him.
Shay said both Sallow and Ratu played well tonight. Good to hear.
Very good.
It says, bald bastards. Grumpy. Bold bastards. Grumpy recently declared Joe Piscopo was more talented than Scott Baio. TJ, please pull up Joe Piscopo, Kimberly on YouTube. I'm afraid it's not a clear-cut case. What is that, Grumpy? Tell me who these guys are.
I don't know. Well, Joe Piscopo was an actor. He was in the movie. He was on Saturday Night Live. He was in. He played Frank Sinatra sometimes. Pretty good certainly it was an impersonation. He was also in the movie Wise Guys with Captain Lou Albano and Danny DeVito. A charming movie. I always thought it was.
I wondered why Joe never ages.
Oh God.
Oh, and he's had work done for certain.
So this is an old one. I don't know. There has to be some sort of sarcasm because it says prepare to cringe. Joe Piscopo performs Kimberly.
And that thing the whole time. Okay. I asked this audience is mostly from New Jersey. And again, I know we broadcast most of the audience is actually in New York. But I was going to do something for you tonight. And I'm going to ask you to stay with me. I wrote a song for Kimberly Driscoll, my fiance, right? And I got to tell you, I would never do this on, like, if it was like, like a national HBO special or something like that. So I'm going to ask you, it's a straight song. There's no jokes. I know my mother likes it when I sing. So are you with me on this? Can we do a song for you, like a song?
Oh, no. It's going to be bad.
I'm sure it is.
This is for, I'm so hesitant to do it, but I feel at home among family and friends. So this is for Kimberly, and we're going to rock it with Ira and the guys. Stay with me, guys. You set on this? Here we go.
It's going to rock it. Kimberly.
I burn inside for you every day. I don't know what to do, don't know what to say. I need you, girl, desperately. Oh, I need you, Kimberly, 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 Kimberly. They say it's all wrong.
It's all wrong.
We know it's all right.
It's all right.
I love it so strong.
It's strong.
Just
Oh,
because
boy.
of the fight. I don't understand. Oh, what your daddy don't see. I love what the flying.
All righty. I'm done with that, Grumpy. I don't know what else I'm supposed to get from it.
Well, maybe let's see if the girl came out. Okay, too late. Okay. Maybe you should have played it for laughs. That's all I have to say.
Oh, she does come out at the end.
There you go.
But I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not good in this field, Goon. You know this. I'm not good with this type of stuff. The pop culture. I don't get it. I had no understand. Yo no comprehendo. Drew L says Alec Pierce is starting to blossom. Clear-cut number 2 wide receiver for the Colts. It seems like that's the only thing that's driving the Colts offense. Alexander is saying, hey, guys, what's up, Alexander? Hope you guys are doing well. Sent you a fan fight just getting off of work. Ooh, I don't know about that. We might have to stash that in the bag for Sunday, Alexander, because we had a few confrontations today. And Shay said, fishing is like tennis or golf. It's fun to do and play, but unbearable to watch. Oh, no. He wore the he wore the A because there's no Cal Clutterbuck, Bailey, or Lee.
Does it even matter?
They never usually show up on the ice. But Alexander says, it's amazing how the Dolphins are getting dragged through the mud, and it's terrible.
How are they getting? Because
they should.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Should have drafted a tougher quarterback. You know what Brady said about that? They asked him about Tua's thing. Players kind of have to take care of themselves a little bit better. He pretty much blamed Tua. He victim shamed Tua. He victim shamed Tua for. I thought he was going to say, if he would have drank my TB12 water and done the method, he'd be fine.
If he was wearing a TB12 undershirt, he would have been fine. Is right.
Very true.
Goon says it's a sign of the oncoming the apocalypse that Geno Smith is playing well. Did he ever pay back the money to what is it?
I don't know. IK and Kapali. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you who that is, Goon. Drew L says triple single means that he basically averages below 10 points per game. 10 points per game, rebounds, and assists. Jordan Poole basically said Draymond Green sucks in a nutshell in simpler terms.
And that's enough to get punched, to get assaulted. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say. That backhand was brutal. My God.
It was great.
I can just imagine adding the witness might be from the Jabbery tribe. firsthand. Line from Black Panthers in that video. Guy gets knocked off there. Frank says, yo, hello, go Islanders. What's up, Frank? D-Cut says, Barzal and Pellick were the A's. Clutterbuck and Bailey didn't play. Okay, fair
Maybe
enough.
they just cut those other two guys.
Alexander said, wow, what a card. Look at that card. Millage now plays in Japan. Yes. I'm a big fan of the Japanese baseball league then. I thought he retired now. And Ratu had a nasty goal. We'll have to watch that. Shay said Ratu's a stud. The Islanders won 5-2. First game, Ratu scored. He was drafted 52nd overall. Absolutely. Drew L says Bronco fans booing the living crap out of Russell Wilson. Man,
He's done.
He is finished,
Done. He's finished. Boy, do they regret trading for him? No, first of all, and sign him that contract. He's finished. I told you week one. I'm like, he's just not the same guy.
It's tough on Thursday games to be ready, but Jesus Christ, he is finished.
It's been all year. It's been all year.
He's finished, man. You're right. I agree. And Alexander said, hey, Joseph, you do realize that Teddy Bridgewater is a top 5 backup quarterback in the league.
Well, that's why he's not a starter.
Joseph C says, I think the fans who run on the field are saying play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Get your block knocked off.
Alexander says, apparently the word is that Jonathan Taylor is not happy in Indianapolis and wants out.
Well, we'll have to wait till his contract expires.
And he also says he's got no faith in this Mets team. And you really disappoint me, Grumpy. Okay, fair enough.
Why is that? I don't know why I disappointed him.
Stephen S. said, you think these fans would learn, but clearly they don't. Running onto the field is the one thing, but running on the ice, how do you even do that? When Rob Ray, the ref trucking the fan, is still really funny. Absolutely. Oh, Drill said Ben Simmons, wonderful contributions to the Nets tonight. 4 points in 6 turnovers. Good to see he's picking up where he left off. No rust on him.
You know, maybe if they stop giving these guys the ridiculous guaranteed contracts as rookies, they play a little bit harder. I mean, it's tough to – they make so much money. They're, 1 year out of high school. And I'm not blaming them for making the money, but some guys don't want to work at their craft. He's obviously one of those guys.
Chris Botta came out and said Chris Lamoriello is likely the next general manager of the Islanders. I've always heard he does a good job. I've always heard he's good at his job, a quality person, and he'll do things his own way. Craig Button tells us more about Chris Lamoriello. Holy shit.
That'll be the end of this franchise. Well, not the end.
It'll be the end of us. It'll be the end of the fan base. Man, okay, what's worse?
Nepotism at its finest.
I was about to say nepotism at its finest is correct. It's still
the old man took the job to make sure his kid had a job. That's why he took the job.
Holy shit. Man. Wow.
Ugh, terrible. Nightmare. What's Chris Lamoriello ever won?
Disappointed you picked the Jets over the Dolphins is what it was, Grumpy.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. I just picked them because they're a New York team.
A return of the Jedi. Rusty Spooner said, just got back from the game. Let's go Islanders. Down with the Devils. We'll talk about that on Saturday. That comment by Chris Botta. Holy shit, that's scary. If you guys saw it, I was by that guy from New Zealand, our international friend. You're great, Grump and TJ.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Love you too. Absolutely. There's a video is on Instagram on the morning after. She basically said if he played after concussion symptoms like Tua, she wouldn't be in the house when he got home. Holy shit.
But would even notice?
Well, I was about to say, would Matt Stafford be able to find his way home? Did Tua have to get driven? No, I'm just kidding, of course. Goon says, what is an acceptable time to go to sleep at night? Also, what are your thoughts concerning naps? I'm going to let you answer first.
Anytime you want to go to sleep is acceptable. And if you're tired, you take a nap.
I'm a big believer in naps. A big nap guy. If I can do it, I will do it.
Usually you nap your way through this podcast.
I usually nap every day Saturday after work, and I'll nap for a little bit of time until our podcast. So if we run late sometimes, oh man, I'm waking up for my nap. I'm knocking the groggy off. But yeah, so I'm good for naps. Sleep whenever you want. 3-4 o'clock in the morning, it's fine. Drill said, well, Grumpy, You're wrong. Scorigami is where a score in the NFL has never happened before. It's the first time in NFL history the game ended in that score. Okay, that now that you say that, it does ring a bell.
Okay. I don't even remember what the score
Steven
was.
S.
I know it was pretty high.
Stephen S says, "Wait, you guys don't know what the Muteris logo is? Remember that Dallas Stars alternate jersey has like a bowl on their logo, hence the name Muteris. Let me see, Muteris.
Shaped like a uterus, hence the name Muteris. Okay.
Oh my god, yikes! Oh my god, yikes! Now I remember this shit. Holy shit! Hold on a second, Grumpy. Let me pull it up here. I'll share it for you. This is back during the old days. I am not a fan of this Muteris logo. I thought you had it like the stars were going to be like a constellation of a star, Steven. I am not down for a Muteris. Let me put you like that.
Okay.
Oof.
Let's see it. I don't hate that.
I don't know.
I don't hate it.
I was more like I wanted like a starry night, like it was.
I
like,
actually do not
dark,
hate
and it was
that.
like the stars were like small, some were larger, and they wanted to light up. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know what use it is, with the stars. Maybe it's a constellation type of thing. I don't know, but
Taurus probably. Taurus is a bull. I assume that's like a symbol of the star. Like that's what they call it. Like different things mean different things. I assume that's Taurus because Taurus is a bull.
right.
Return of Jedi. Rusty Spooner says the Devils can kick rocks and pound salt. True story. I saw Lou in the silver section and got people to chant, "We want Kane and cups tonight." There it is. Jedi Rusty Spooner. He's causing problems. He's being a rebel rouser over there. I like it. Alexander says, "Really, Drew? Stop, bro. McDaniel was just like was likely fed false information." See, that's what I'm talking about. All it's bullshit. How they want to the media wants to drag the Dolphins through the mud when the NFL that messed up. I don't know. Anybody with a freaking brain saw that and like, that's a concussion. I mean, like the player, everybody knew that. I've heard takes where it's like the players should have stuck up for him and been like, no, that he's concussed. Like I've seen weird takes across the board, but I'm like, it was obvious for everybody that he was concussed. We were talking about it that evening on the Sunday show. Obviously, concussion, not a back injury. I don't know how anybody thought it was a back injury. Anybody who's seen a concussion before knows it was concussion. So I'm like, okay. Shushnikov question mark says Shay. Frank says I really like on the Islanders. What's his name? Shushnikov. Yeah, he's awesome, he says. And I love that he's been playing well. I want to make the roster opening night.
See, if a guy plays well, he should play
instead of Bailey or Martin. And Frank says, yeah, the guy skates well. He can pass. Yep. Does a lot of good things. Okay.
Bellows had an assist tonight. Dobson had a goal. Barzell had a goal. Ratu had a goal. Bavilier had a goal.
Ike Nkapale was the chap who sucker punched Geno Smith and broke his jaw after disagreement over money that he owed. I was about to say, I forgot all that stuff.
Ay.
Shay said he's such a nice guy. Salo stopped for me post-game on a Sunday. Ratu was drinking his Diet Coke, and he signed for the fans as well. Also talked to him in Bridgeport. Look at that.
Hockey players are the nicest guys.
Alexander says Chris Lamoriello taking the general manager job. Oh God, can he be any worse than Don Maloney or Gar Snow?
Yes.
Really good tonight.
He's never.
We'll talk more about it on Saturday, right, Grumpy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say no need to go in depth. D-Cut saying get ready for that drunk bum Thompson as our next coach. Holy shit!
Oh my God, that won't last more than a year.
GL says, yeah, it's okay, TJ. Not like Anders Lee was doing anything different last year, snoozing on the ice and loose snoozing in free agency. D-Cut says, TJ, not playing those fans. D-Cut, we do not have time. I'm sorry, D-Cut. We will save them. Yes. I was about to say, we're bustling. We need our next segment. Our next two segments are just, we're talking about Phil's facts. That's all that is. He said my point was that Piscopo song was quite possibly was a horrible Piscopo song was quite possibly a two-way tie for the last talented sweepstakes between him and Scott Baio. I actually didn't think the song was that bad. So it just tells you where my taste was.
He's a comedian. He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
Okay. Limerl actually did something right by Sano Barzal. Yeah, I'm about to say it was good there. And Ratu's the real deal. I agree, Jedi Spooner. I agree. Speaking of concussions, apparently Joe Burrow said that he played through concussions before. It's not good.
He said he remembered many games, what happened in college or high school. But in the pros, he remembers everything. Okay, sure.
And I want to show you two things I wanted to talk to you about. So, do you remember last year? Or let me take the clock back even further. Do you remember back in, what was it, the early 2000s? It was a huge matchup between Oregon and Boise State. Back when Boise State was at its peak with Kellen Moore. Back when Oregon was at its peak with Chip Kelly. Do you remember that? Back
You're talking about LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm setting the scene. Do you
Okay.
remember when those teams were at the peak?
Okay, if you're going to ask me if I remember those two teams playing early in the 2000s, the answer is no. But now I kind of put two and two together. Yes, I remember. I remember that game. I actually saw it.
Everybody remembers LeGarrette Blount throwing that punch after the game was over and hurt his draft stock severely, as it should have. Well, LeGarrette Blount this last year came out and he had some comments about as to why he threw the punch, Grumpy. And what I'm going to do is we're going to play the clip. I'm going to have you stay silent, and then we're going to show something that recently happened to LeGarrette Blount and ask you if you think there's any validity, or maybe LeGarrette Blount may be telling a little fib, trying to paint himself in a more positive image now that his playing days are over. But I'll let you watch. This is what LeGarrette Blount had to say as to why he punched this Boise State player. I'll let you listen.
Remembers this punch?
All started with Blount, right?
Well, LeGarrette Blount has recently told us what exactly happened that night. Check it out.
I remember like it was just walking off the field, my head down. I'm like, damn, they beat our ass. I ain't do shit. I'm kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking off my head down. I see this guy. I don't see him, but I hear him talking to me. Hey, how about that ass whooping? You said you was going to beat our ass, right? How about that ass whooping? I'm hearing him now. And he get closer and closer to me, and he get up to me, and he slapped my shoulder pad. Psh, how about that ass whooping? And then the N-word.
Right.
This ain't about football no more.
Yeah.
Officially, you done made it about something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I don't know if your teammates cool with you saying this to them or whatever, but
not me.
Not me.
So that is what LeGarrette Blount said. It was
I'm calling
because
bullshit on that.
the Boise State player said, "Oh, it's because he said the N-word. That's why he went ahead and did that." Well, LeGarrette Blount is making news for not good reasons once again, grumpy old man. There was almost a very similar situation.
It took him 20 years to come up with that excuse?
Well, I will say, any validity that you maybe could have argued for went right down the drain when you see this happen. So this is a 12 and under youth football game, which LeGarrette Blount is volunteering his time to coach. A very important 12 and under football game, because we know those games are so important that the parents should be fighting. And if their team loses, they should be doing anything to help their kids win, right? Well, LeGarrette Blount happened to show himself up at this game.
My finger pointing.
LeGarrette Blount, did you see him come in there throwing punches again, Grumpy? Oh, no. Nobody was throwing punches. Nobody else in there in a pool full of individuals saw any reason to throw a punch, but LeGarrette Blount, the very calm and tempered-mannered individual out of 40, 50 people on here, was the only one determined, I need to throw some punches.
He's a hothead. He's always been a hothead. And I like LeGarrette Blount. I do. I like him. He seems like an affable guy, but when he's on the field, it seems like
he just has a temper. He does not have a way to control.
He don't like, if he loses, things don't go his way, he reacts with violence.
I would assume those comments made about him saying racist remarks, they do not hold much water when I see him.
Here's the thing.
Now trying to punch another adult, unprovoked, another adult at a 12 and under football game.
It took him 15 years to come up with that. He never said that before.
Nobody else had any reason to punch anybody else, but LeGarrette Blount, everybody else here.
See, I wish they would have showed the whole thing.
It's a 4-minute clip. You want to watch a 4-minute clip?
All I'm saying is, if you watch the initial incident, I don't remember this guy going after LeGarrette Blount.
No, LeGarrette Blount ran at him and started trying to punch him.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the other fight.
He was walking away, and he was like, "Yeah, he said this to me." Yeah, bullshit.
I don't. Yeah, like I said, it took him 15 years to come up with that excuse because he certainly never said that before. For this one here, it's like 12-year-old football game.
12 and under, or 12 under, Grumpy. So not even 12. So
They're mostly 12-year-olds, right? It doesn't matter. Or even if it's 12 and 11, okay, it's a kid's game, and you're throwing punches.
LeGarrette Blount. Oh man, here's another one from 12 years ago. LeGarrette Blount punching a Titans teammate. Oh man.
Yes, he's got a history for doing stuff like that.
Oh wow. Let's see here. Oh, buddy. Yeah, LeGarrette Blount. Here it is. We'll show this one quick. This is because we still have to talk about the New England Patriots, Grumpy, on a quick little bit before the end.
Transpired. Well, that appears to be a little bit of taunting. Sure, but it does not start.
Yeah, because that's exactly what that seems like. Yeah. This is what happened. He tapped on the shoulder, said, "Yeah, screw you, buddy."
Sure, but it does not start.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. He's lying when he said that.
Let me get rid of that music there. I don't need that shit. Okay. And he just got heckled even more when he left the damn stadium.
That's what
I guess he tried to fight people in the crowd too.
Mr. Revenge comes down.
A chair guy. What? Hold on. Was there something that happened that I didn't know about as well? The game's over. You're in hostile enemy territory. Get the hell off the field and get out of here.
Yeah.
You got to talk shit to all these fans.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: they're not go. They're just talking shit.
I wonder if they were all saying the N-word too. That made him go.
Everybody is.
Yeah. Trying to fight. Oh man, I forgot about all this stuff afterwards.
Yeah, I know it was a big deal. Oh, chair guy with the chair. Mr. Revenge delivers a blow.
What type of blow did he deliver?
Now, here's the thing. Totally wrong. Throwing a punch at the player. But here's the thing. LeGarrette Blount needs to be smarter there. Just leave. You lost. And here's the thing. He was always a big shit talker. Always.
It's just like when I originally saw that, I'm just like, okay. I wasn't sure. I'm like, he's gotten in fights before. I forgot about the Tennessee Titans when he fought a teammate and threw a punch at a teammate. But I'm like, yeah, I'm noticing there's a trend, LeGarrette Blount. There seems to be, when you're involved in football, fights seem to pursue. So I don't know. D-Cut says, TJ playing that bullshit, not playing the 2 fights I sent him is borderline criminal. D-Cut, we'll have it on Sunday, my friend. Yeah. Return to Rusty Spooner said, yeah, he probably didn't say that anymore. I would say you're probably right.
Took him 15 years to come up with that excuse. 15 years.
Younggood says, TJ, did you suffer concussion before deciding to pay top dollar for that Lastings Millage hologram rookie card?
No.
I must have. That's the only way I can explain that poor purchase.
The answer was no. He had no concussion. Just a kid wanted the card. I tried to talk. I tried. I'm like, it's not really worth that. I want to do it. I'm like, okay, it's your money.
So there is a lawsuit being launched against the New England Patriots. So what happened was there is a flag, and I'm going to show you a picture. There's a flag, and he took a signature before it left his hands. There is a flag that was used for the entire 2001 season, the American flag for the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady had signed it. Now, when he had allowed them to display this flag in the New England Patriots Hall of Fame, well, you could tell the signature quality has changed quite a bit.
Yeah,
quite a bit on that signature quality there. I'm like, oof, yeah. I mean, like wear and tear on it. And he happened to post a picture. This is how it was being presented, with a little gap on it. It was exposed to too much air and conditions, and that's the reason why the photograph got all screwed.
Or the light being on it all the time.
That too. Let me ask you this: do you think he holds any any chance there to recoup maybe the $1 million loss in the valuation of this flag? Do you think he holds any chance there?
He agreed to let them use it. What they should do, and here's the thing, I know it means a lot to him because it's a flag from the 2001
For when 9/11 happened. Yep.
Yes. So I mean, I understand it has like special patches that were sewn on there.
Correct.
I mean, I understand.
It's a one of a kind item, so it's tough to put a valuation on. It's a one of a kind item.
Maybe Tommy, if he hears about this, can just say, "Send me the flag. I'll sign it and send it back to you with a little inscription or something." He's done stuff like that before. I bet he would do that. But he said he was initially wanted to give it to the Football Hall of Fame, and they said no, they weren't interested. But the Patriots Hall of Fame said yes, we'd be interested for that. You kind of, I don't think he's going to get any money for it. But hopefully, Tommy will just say, "Let's just sign." Well, you know what? Hey, we'll fix that up for you. I'm sure he'll hear about it, and I'm sure that he'll try to take care of that for him.
Oh my!
That's what he should do. If he hears about it, he should do that.
Frank said, "Play D-Cuts clips, DJ. We want to see him." Return of Jedi Rusty Spooner says, "If the Jets win and the Bills lose, the Jets are in first and the Pats are in last. Life after Brady."
The Patriots are in last now. So, the Dolphins are, I think, 3-1. Bills are 3-1. Jets are 2-2, and Patriots are 1-3.
Oh man, I tell you. Let's see here. D-Cut, I swear these better be fantastic fan fights.
The Gauntlet of Challenge has been thrown down now.
I was about to say. Let's see here. I'm getting these pulled up. Let's see here. Give me a sec. Oh man, I can barely read some of these languages. Oh wow. I'm not sure these are necessarily my God, hold on a second. This is just mass chaos and mass individuals throwing punches, which is always good.
Is it in widescreen or?
Oh, nobody ever fucking does widescreen for whatever reason. People don't understand. Hold
on. You were complaining about Mike Curtis's video quality.
Oh, okay, Grumpy. It's not terrible.
Okay, let's see. Roll it.
Okay. Oh my God. Never mind. I might want to show the next one. Next one might even be better.
Looks like girls and guys, maybe.
Oh, we got to turn that volume off there. Look at this.
Nobody's hitting anything.
It just looks like at a bar, like at a little party. People are fighting, beating the hell out of each other.
Oh, guy's sitting down.
All over, thrown. Look at the tables. My God, it's like the black shirts against the white shirts. Like those are the only two things they wear wherever they are.
They should be shirts and skins. Then you really be able to tell them apart. Oh, that guy gets dropped.
Slipping all over the place.
He's like, "Oh, I just got knocked down. Okay, I'm gonna win the fight."
Boom. Oh my God, dude! I'll tell you, like I punched him so hard he about fell over.
Girl finally got up and said, "I'm gonna leave this area."
I was about to say, I'd get the hell out of that area. You like these girls who are just like, I'm drinking. Don't get me involved. I'm not here. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
They're punching holes through these little styrofoam looking tables. God almighty. Oh man, I tell you. Oof.
Is that guy wearing a mask?
Yeah, one of them were. He's not afraid to throw fisticuffs, but he won't wear a mask.
Keep that mask on while I'm getting beat up.
Well, I like this one. This is where we pick this one up, Grumpy, on this storyline. Good gracious.
Again.
So again, like
Los Angeles. Is this Los Angeles?
I couldn't tell. Probably, but this is a bloodied individual already.
Oh, maybe that's a lady. That's a lady.
I was gonna say this is a lady. This is a woman's fan fight.
I gotta say I do like the women fan fights.
What a horrible
I have to make
fight.
it bigger on my
generation is horrendous, says Jedi Spooner. Absolutely. People are trained to record with
She's losing her shirt. It looks like.
I say she is losing her shirt. That is correct.
Looks like this other one. They both. Oh wait, this one here.
One is bloody. The nose is already bloody.
The other lady, she's losing her shirt too.
I was about to say. So hopefully there's no nudity in this. There's 4 points.
And there's the other girl. Look like she wants to pull her shirt off. Oh, she's ripping a bra off her. Oh my goodness gracious! Got her by the hair. Yeah, look at this.
Stadium. It's like a concert, though.
Oh God, look at this. Nobody knows what's going on.
I like how they're ripping. They're ripping. Get the hair pull. The hair pull is always a consistent.
And she's got a full. She really got that hair locked in.
We need to file a complaint with these two people. What the hell are you doing? Filming in everybody films in portrait mode. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Darn it, fucking landscape, you idiots. Oh, man.
I guess if you're real close, you have to, but
Nobody wants to see what's happening in the freaking upper deck.
no.
We want to see what's happening right there.
Yeah.
Goon says, Grumpy, you should be ashamed. You didn't suggest the 10-year-old TJ buy a better sports card like Rick DiPietro or Jamarcus Russell. How about Howard Cosell? Grumpy, one of those players.
It's his choice. I let my kids take, they learn. You got to learn.
Last week's Mills was the greatest that ever was.
He's still, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Look at the smile that's on his face.
I still love that card.
He still loves that card. It was worth $60 to him.
That's right.
It was.
It was.
And it's a story he'll have forever.
It was the first big mistake I made financially buying a sports memorabilia item. There was a big swing and a miss. I'll never forget it. Was that a Peter Frampton concert with the two girls fighting?
I don't think so. I don't think it was Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive.
Oh, man. It was MetLife Stadium, not Loaf. Okay, gotcha. Okay. MetLife. But Grumpy, man, we're here at the end. What do you want to say before we wrap things up today?
I just want to say love and laughter for everyone who listens and even those who don't. From TJ and a Grumpy Old Man.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching the show. We'll be live with you this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you're new to the show, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter, leave a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, lets people know that, hey, you like the show. Lets us, number one, know you like the show. And it gets, I think it helps the algorithm. That's what people say. But thank you guys for watching.
Is that what they say?
I think that's what they say.
Okay.
But thank you, Grumpy. As always, Shay says, Ratu Ishikov D4 scored a goal tonight. Great nights for
that is great news.
It absolutely is. Thank you again, Grumpy, and thanks everybody for tuning in.
My pleasure.